So we have the Europa League favourites in the Europa League, obviously, tomorrow night, Thursday night at the Emirates Stadium. We need to bounce back rapidly after that embarrassing defeat up at Goodison Park on Sunday, where most of the squad, let's be real, decided not to bother turning up, ambling around the pitch, couldn't be bothered, and we got lucky it was only 1-0. Believe it or not, I have actually got over it. I was in meltdown for a few days, but it is what it is, and we're a work in progress. So maybe I went a little bit over the top in my player ratings, maybe I didn't, who knows. But we now need to concentrate on this game, and this is now our biggest game of the season. Every game's a big game, and the closer towards the end of the season it becomes, they all become even more bigger, harder, tougher, and more important. Now, we've got Napoli. They drew at the weekend 1-1 against 10 men. And they had 10 men, the team they played. I can't remember who they played. I know that's really bad of me, didn't do my homework properly. But they had 10 men from early in that game as well. So, yeah, that was quite a poor result for Napoli. In the Europa League, their last outing, they lost 3-1 away to Red Bull Salzburg. So, yeah, they lost 3-1 to Red Bull Salzburg. They scraped through by the skin of their teeth, 4-3 on aggregate. And yeah, they progressed through, they got us in the next round. This tie was originally supposed to be played in Naples, but because Chelsea are in the same city as us, we had to switch the tie. Two teams from the same city on the same night can't play at the same time. What kind of lunacy is this? London's got about 8, 9, 10 million people live in it, and they can't police, and they can't see through two games that kick off at the same time. Really? Come on, man. It can't be that bad, surely. Now, I was quite confident when this draw got done a few weeks ago. But since then, obviously, with our away form, losing to Everton, it's been a case of, you know, we didn't look great at all. Maybe they were saving themselves for this game. And if they were, they all need to hand their wages to charity, to the Arsenal Foundation, because if that's the case and they go out there and blitz Napoli tomorrow night, then we know they can do it. So why didn't they do it against Everton? That would be my question. But I don't know. This is going to be a tough game. They've got so many good players, Napoli. They're currently second in the league. They can't win it. Juventus are walking away with it yet again. But Callejon, Milik, Insigne, Koulibaly, Mertens, Allen, even David Ospina plays for Napoli. He was on the bench when they drew at the weekend. I think it was Genoa they played. I'm sure it was Genoa they played at the weekend. But yeah, I think he was on the bench, and they actually had their third choice goalkeeper in goal. So don't know quite what that was all about. But today, if you haven't seen it already, go back and check that out afterwards. I did my press conference reaction, which is something that I'm going to be doing on this channel every game now. And going forward into next season, I'll be live streaming it as soon as the press conference is finished. For now, I'll be pre-recording them and dropping them, obviously, the day before the game. So go and check that video out afterwards. It was the one before this one. Unai Emery made some interesting comments in that. And there were some interesting stats that came out as well. Granit Xhaka, Socrates and Mkhitaryan are all one yellow card away from being suspended for the second leg. Now, if they all play and they all get through without a yellow card, if they do get a yellow card in Naples next week, they are then suspended for the first game of the semi-final, should we get there. So yeah, they're all going to be on a knife edge, all three of them, if they play, which I suppose in a way for Socrates takes a little bit out of his game. We see that at the weekend. As soon as he got booked, that was it. He weren't fantastic, was he? Let's be real. He couldn't impose himself the way he'd normally impose himself. Granit Xhaka trained with the squad today. So I suppose that's a bonus for us. Obviously, we had Guendouzi and El Neni there. Don't want to see El Neni in the squad, let alone in the starting 11. So if it means Granit Xhaka comes in, so be it. I'm all up for that. Koscielny, as far as I can remember, I don't think he trained with the squad, but he will be undergoing a late fitness test and assessment. But I don't think Koscielny will make it. And Emery spoke about it could go to penalties and extra time in this tie. It's very tight. They've already planned for penalties and extra time, etc., etc. But it is going to be a tough game. And listen, they've got genuine pace in their team and we can't defend. So it could be a cricket score. It could be a 5 or 6 if they really fancied it and we capitulate. But on the flip side of that, maybe I'm doing us a bit of a disservice because Arsenal at home are relentless, literally relentless. We've only lost to Man United in the League Cup and Man City in the league. And I think we've drawn with Wolves, drawn with Liverpool. I think other than that, we've won every single game, which is the best record for wins since about 20 odd years ago. So yeah, it's been pretty good at home. It's just our away form that's shabby. So the fact that this tie has been switched to a home tie first could probably do us a favour, because we could have been on the wrong end of a hiding if we'd played out in Naples first. But you never know. Anyway, I'm going to get into my 1 to 11 for this game. Smash a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if you're new as well, closing in on that 10k barrier. I'm going to pick my 1 to 11. I want you guys to leave your comments down below with your 1 to 11s. I want to see your teams as well. And yeah, here we go. Obviously, I would love to put Bernd Leno in goal. I did actually, when I wrote my 1 to 11 down earlier, pick Leno and then realised we don't play Leno. It's going to be Cech. So yeah, Cech's in goal. I'm going to go over back 4. Sod this back 3 rubbish. I think we need to have a bit of stability in midfield, and I think with 2 wing backs we don't really get that, depending on what midfielders we play. So I'm going with a back 4. I'm going to put Maitland-Niles at right back. Worst performance he's ever had for Arsenal, throwing the ball out for goal kicks and all sorts. But hopefully he can fix himself up and hopefully he plays well tomorrow night. Other side, not playing Kolasinac, not playing him. I think that if he could cross a ball, he'd be world class offensively. If he could defend, he'd be worth stupid money. But he can't do either of them. He gets himself in great positions. He's got the physicality side of it, yet he never uses it. Reminds me of, and I know it's a completely different position, but he reminds me of Emil Heskey. Emil Heskey was huge, but never used his power or his physicality. And then when you compare that to somebody like Didier Drogba, and I'm not comparing them two in terms of footballing ability, I'm just in terms of size. Didier Drogba used to bully everyone. Emil Heskey never, he was like a nice footballer. And I see Kolasinac like that, he's like a nice footballer. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. Get stuck in, bruv, get stuck in. And for that reason, I am playing him because he can't defend and he's going to be up against what, Callejon? No, not for me. I'd rather have Monreal there who can defend, but can also whip across into the box as well. So Monreal for me, and he needs to fix up as well because he was shocking on Sunday. Now, the centre-backs, obviously, like I said, Koscielny had undergo a late fitness test, so I don't think he is actually going to play the game. And to be honest, I would not risk him. There's no point throwing him in for him to be subbed off after 20 minutes if he gets injured, so why risk it? So unfortunately, Mustafi's going at centre-back with Socrates. I think that Mustafi and Socrates played fairly all right on Sunday without being great. And sometimes this season when they've played together, they've looked all right. But then other times, they've just looked unbelievably shocking. So hopefully tomorrow is one of them nights where they look good. Into midfield, thank goodness Lucas Torreira can play a football match. Thank God he is back. He's back for the Premier League as well, after serving a ban that was ridiculous. But he is back and we have missed him. Next to him, I'm going to stick Granit Xhaka. He trained today. Emery said that he was training. He would have to undergo a late fitness test and be assessed. But I do genuinely think Granit Xhaka will start the game. And a lot of times this season, him and Torreira have been really good in that midfield, especially in home games. Against Liverpool, unbelievable, both of them in that game. So yeah, hopefully they both start the game. I'm going with a 3 in front of that. So obviously you can now tell I'm only going with 1 striker. On the right-hand side of that 3, Henrik Mkhitaryan. Isolated Maitland-Niles at the weekend. Didn't really take his man on that often. He did in the first half. Second half, he just petered out the game. But Mickey at home is better than Mickey away. And Mickey at home recently has been a beast. So hopefully we see that Mkhitaryan. Because if we see the away version or the pre-injury version, we're playing with a passenger. On the left-hand side of that 3, Alex Iwobi walks straight back into this team. He carries the ball. He scares players. They back off. Yes, his final ball isn't great, very similar to Kolasinac. If he could cross a ball, this guy would be worth a fortune to Arsenal because he would be setting up goals on a plate left, right and centre. Or we could cash in on him and make an absolute fortune. But he can't cross a ball. And one thing I do like about Alex Iwobi is that he does worry defenders. He's got genuine pace, he's physical, his ball control's pretty decent. There's not many footballers that can run full pelt, holding a man off who's trying to shoulder him off the ball, whilst keeping that ball under control. And have the know-how and the vision to go, do you know what, I'm just going to stop it dead now and pass side or backward or full, whatever. And I rate Iwobi. I know a lot of people don't, and I get criticised for that a lot, but I genuinely think he is underappreciated, and hopefully he'll shut a few people up tomorrow. But that's my left-hand side. In the middle, I'm not playing our captain from Sunday. I don't think Emery's going to play him either. I think that Aaron Ramsey should walk straight back in. I think he looked lively in the second half. Faded a little bit, but so did Arsenal towards the end. We didn't really go for it, did we? But he did more in 45 minutes than Ozil did in 75 minutes. And, you know, it is a big game. Emery, in his press conference again, said that, you know, when he was speaking about the coat incident, he said, look, we had problems 3 months ago and now we're together again. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he meant by that, but I took it as him and Ozil had problems, but now they're on the same path. I might be wrong, let me know. But I ain't starting him. I don't want to see him start another game this season. I think his attitude's appalling, but that's just me, and I get bashed for saying that. So yeah, it is what it is. Aaron Ramsey for me. In front of him, Lacazette. Again, another one who was atrocious at the weekend, showed nothing at all, nothing about him on Sunday. And he was poor, and he's poor away quite a lot. But at home, this guy's a killer. And if you only start with the one of them, have a little bit of pace down the wing, Ramsey a track back as well, which is more than Mesut will do. He'll put a tackle in, he'll do a shift as well, Laka. So, but not only that, you can also have subs on the bench. You can have the likes of Ozil on the bench. You can have Aubameyang on the bench. You can have Denis Suarez on the bench. So we'll have options on the bench as well then. So for me, that's my 1 to 11. Leave your 1 to 11s down there. I want to know what your 1 to 11s are. Let me know your thoughts on how you think the game will go. I see this being cagey. I think it's going to be a real tight affair. They've got genuine quality in their team. Dries Mertens is rapid, Insigne's rapid, Callejon's rapid. They've got Allen, who's a bit of a warrior in midfield. But I'm not really scared of them. And I know I sound a bit arrogant when I say that, but I'm genuinely not worried. Because we've beaten a lot of teams at the Emirates this season. And I think that when we played against the likes of Man United, I think if Man United played Napoli, I think Man United would beat them. Liverpool, we got a draw and Klopp was taking strikers off for defenders. Another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we could have won that game. And obviously, Liverpool did beat Napoli, but they also lost to Napoli. I'm not worried about this lot one bit. I do think it'll be a close game. I think we've got to defend properly. I think that we've not got to go gung-ho. Don't be stupid, don't do any rash moves, don't get booked for stupid things. Watch them in the box because you know they're going to dive. But yeah, I see us winning this game. I don't think it's going to be a rout, but I do see them scoring a goal, and I am going with a score prediction for this game of Arsenal 3, Napoli 1. Will that be enough? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, until my review after the game, which I will be at, I'm buzzing, I can't wait. I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.